I got to rotate the device. Oh, techno hopeless. I keep telling you. One day you'll believe me. All right. So the title of today's Go Live, I was drawn to talk to you guys about this because it hit me so hard. You know, I'm on my own personal journey at the moment, addressing complex trauma that happened, 30 years ago, and how I've dealt with it and covered it up, as a woman, as a mother, as a wife, as a member of society. And we've all done things that we're not proud of, and blah blah blah. Anyway, so I made a decision yesterday that I would go and look at this guy who owns this gym and see if it's the right fit for me, because I know that I've put on weight. I know that I haven't been treated myself as healthily as I could. I mean, I'm not too bad, but I'm a work in progress, like we all are. And anyway, so today was my day where being accountable was really pushed in front of my face. I chose to seek this guy out. Hi, Nikesh. How are you, my darling? Blessings to you, my love. I chose to be accountable. I chose to put myself through this box fit class. I got to say, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I love pushing my body. I used to be, I've got an athletic history. I used to love playing basketball, got up to state league level. I loved it. I love being fit and I love being strong. And I knew a couple of days ago when I made the decision to approach this guy to see what he could do for me. Oh, thank you, my sweetheart. Thank you, Nikesh. That I was going to have to face up to myself and the choices that I made. Hi, Christian. How are you, darling? I'm wearing the beads. I'm always wearing the beads. Okay, so I knew that I would have to be accountable for everything that had gone on for the last 30 years. Now, as a PTSD and complex trauma survivor and occasional sufferer, I knew that was going to be hard, but I'm pretty stubborn. So I went into the class, I did it, and we got to the second series of rounds, and I was doing these step-ups, and in front of me was this wall, and thank you, darling. And it just hit me that as I was stepping up and placing my hands on the wall, it hit me that my whole life I had been holding myself in this cycle of blame, of guilt, of unworthiness, of mistrust. I didn't trust me. I didn't trust the choices I made, because my history of belief told me that I got myself into trouble, that I made bad choices, that I couldn't make good friends. All that kind of stuff. Oh my God, it hit me. And that moment of inspiration, and I tell you, I hit that wall with my hands after I stepped up onto that block, and I let those tears flow, man. And I have to say, the trainer, he came up to me, and he's an ex-copper, and he's pretty full on, and he's pretty fit, but he's got a good heart. And he came up to me and he said, you can stop if you want. And I felt my team say, we're not stopping. We are not stopping. And I felt my heart, my deepest part of me say, girl, you are not stopping. You are pushing through. This is not a time for you to think about your mistakes. This is a time for you to get your ass back down there and do another burpee. So that's what I did. That's what I did. And in that moment, I took control of how I was going to be. Hello, darling. I took control. All right. So I know that there's messages out there for everybody who's watching this. I know, right, Christian? How is it, right? And it's not just about being determined. It's about self-determination. And that is so vital if we want to move forward and understand that how we move through the world, the energy that we choose and how we choose to put the energy out in the world is so important. Because the second thought that came to me was, are you going to stop here? And I said no, and my team said no, we're not stopping. The second thought that came to me, my children. Excuse me. Every time I talk about my children, I get emotional because I just love them so much. So, my kids came into my head and I realised that, you know, they're part of my energy field. I sang them into me. They're my miracle kids. They were gifted to me. I sang them in. They said, yeah, sure, Mum, we're coming to you. They have lived on this physical plane with me now for 10 years and 6 years, and I'm doing it for them too. Right? My energy affects their life. So if my energy is not positive, if my energy is not of a particular vibration, then every aspect of my life is affected. So it's so important that we understand that if it is to be, it's up to me. Now, I know that's an old saying, but it cannot be truer in this case. If it is to be, it's up to me. If it is to be, it's up to me. Make it a mantra. Make good choices for yourself. You are so worth it. You are so, so worth it. You are magnificent. You do not know how strong you are. You do not know how powerful you are, although I do feel that some of you are coming into that acknowledgement. Okay? So, guys, I just want to leave it there because you've got your days to move through. I hope you move through them well. That's my wish for you. Okay? Love you so much. Thank you for coming on, and I will see you next time. All right, my darlings. Peace and blessings to you. Bye.